Welcome viewers, welcome to CCR. In this particular channel, we discuss about different molecules that play their role in cell cycle regulation. And we have discussed about earlier about the structure of P53 and its regulation by various other molecules. Today in this video, we will going to discuss about one of the downstream molecule of P53, which is P21. It is a product of the gene CDKN1A and it is transcriptionally activated by P53. So in normal cases, what happens? Generally, RB protein, it gets combined with a transcription factor named E2F. CDK, with its binding partner cyclin, phosphorylates RB, which causes detachment of RB from E2F. So E2F can cause gene expression, which will progress the cell cycle. So cyclin performs this with the, CDK performs this with the help of cyclin. Now, during any stress response, when P21 is activated, it causes binding with cyclin. So when cyclin is getting involved with P21, CDK cannot bind with them. As a result, it cannot phosphorylate RB and RB-E2F complex stay stable. As a result, E2F cannot perform the gene expression and the cell cycle gets stopped. And it gets stalled at G1 to S phase. Now in normal condition, there is a dimer of two molecules named MYC and MAX complex, which blocks the PCNA and P21 interaction. Now when P21 is too much there, it can once directly act with E2F and it can also bind with STAT. When it is binding with these transcription factors like E2F and STAT, it can block a particular function. And when it is binding with MYC, then it previously MYC and MAX were together. When P21 binds with MYC, MAX cannot bind with MYC. As a result, this PCNA P21 interaction can also not be blocked, and moreover, whenever P21 is binding with E2F and STAT, gene expression gets stalled and signal transduction, particularly in the case of STAT related cytokine signaling, it gets stalled. Now what happens when PCNA normally binds with DNA pol delta, which is one of the important eukaryotic DNA polymerase which carry out the leading strand synthesis. So DNA pol delta, when binds with PCNA, it causes DNA replication in normal condition. Upon any condition in which the cell is facing some stress, then P21 binds with PCNA. As a result, DNA pol delta cannot bind and the replication gets stalled. Again, in normal condition, cyclin and CDK makes the activating factor, which is called, these two together means when CDK is active only when it has its binding partner with cyclin. And in normal condition, P21 and PCNA, these are also found bound with CDK and cyclin. So that time also cell cycle progression happens. But when there is overexpression of P21, if there is overexpression of P21, then cell cycle regulation happens. So there is always a 1:1 ratio. If P21 is in 1:1 ratio, then cell cycle progression will occur. If P21 is too much, it will cause these previous things which I have told. It will bind with E2F, it will bind with STAT, it will bind with MYC and cause regulations in all levels. Particularly when it will bind with PCNA, it will block the DNA repair. When it will bind to the cyclin molecule, it will not allow the CDK to phosphorylate RB so that E2F will not be released to do the gene expression. Not only that, E2F itself get bound with P21 and can be blocked, and the STAT also gets blocked, so the cytokine signaling is also blocked. So many genes which are the downstream effector genes which are transcriptionally activated by E2F, for example WNT4, that cannot be also not expressed, and also P53 mediated repression of genes such as CDC2, CDC25C, BRC5, TART. These genes expressions are also stalled. Overall result of P21 activity is to cause a cell cycle checkpoint at the G1 to S phase, and once everything is restored, then only it can progress in the next step. Thank you for attending my video. Hope you will like it, and maybe multiple other effects of P21. If you know, please suggest us and please supporting CCR.